finest brand names. You don't need to write them a letter or leave them cookies, but it does help if you've been nice, not naughty. That's just good karma. Do your holiday shopping at visit carlsgolfland.com, and you too can be a scratch gift giver. Carl's Golfland, land of golf plenty. Bloomfield Hills and Plymouth at St. John's. Visit carlsgolfland.com.
From long talks to quick high fives and life lessons to knock-knock jokes, since 1970, Big Brothers Big Sisters has been empowering youth across northwestern Michigan. I'm Cecilia Chesney, CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters. We hear incredible stories every day from teachers, parents, and guardians about how our mentoring program is changing lives. A father of 2 children in our program recently shared, Biggs has definitely changed the lives of both of my children. I've seen a real difference in their self-confidence, learning new skills, and being more social. They are so happy when they know they're going to spend time with their bigs. That's the power of mentoring. And now, thanks to Subaru's Share the Love campaign, you can help. For every new vehicle leased or purchased between now and the end of the year, $250 will be donated to Biggs. And Sarah Subaru of Traverse City will contribute an additional $75 for every vehicle sold. Whether it's your time or money, you can be part of something special. Big things start small, one moment, one action, one person at a time. To learn more, visit bigsupnorth.org.
At H&R Block, you could get up to $1,300 now through December 31st with an Emerald Advance loan. No monthly or annual fees and 0 payments until March 31st, 2025. No impact to your credit to check eligibility. Visit hrblock.com or call 989-826-6521 to schedule an appointment at H&R Block in Mayo.
Emerald Advance loan is originated by Pathward NA, subject to eligibility and credit approval. APR after March 31st is 35.9%. Loan amounts vary from $350 to $1,300. If approved, loan proceeds will be dispersed as directed to a prepaid card or checking account at Pathward. Additional terms and conditions apply. See account agreements for details.
This Christmas, get a gift card you can sink your teeth into. In Gaylord, enjoy a juicy burger at Alpine Tavern or the best Neapolitan pizza at Crave. 2 outstanding restaurants. And now, buy a $50 gift card from Alpine or Crave and get a free $10 gift card for yourself. Great food is always a valued gift. Gift cards that give you a little extra at Alpine Tavern and Crave in Gaylord. It's where you go for up north flavor.
When your vehicle needs body work, don't you wish you had someone in the family to repair it? That would be great, but most people don't. So why not choose a company that treats you like family? Choose Jim's Collision in Roscommon. Collision repairs can be stressful. Add in insurance details and it can be downright confusing. Jim's Collision makes it easy with excellent repairs, competitive prices, and they'll work with your insurance company. Choosing Jim's is easy because they've got family too. ChooseJims.com.
Sports fans, check out UpNorthSportsRadio.com for all your Detroit sports action. Get full schedules for the Wings, Pistons, Tigers, Lions, and U of M football. Catch Friday Faceoff live and hit the links with JC on episodes of Finding Fairways. Our high school sports guru, Rich Calkins, hosts the High School Scoreboard Show. And don't miss Traverse City West Titan football and boys basketball action. Catch games live or see past episodes on the podcast page. Real sports fans, go to UpNorthSportsRadio.com.
Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1, brought to us by tvcairport.com. Cherry Capital Airport is your getaway destination for anywhere you want to head in the United States. Rich Calkins, Jerry Coyne in studio, and Rich, I should show you I will show you the text. I'm not going to show it on the camera. Dan Campbell is attaining mythic status.
Oh, Dan Gamble, he lived up to his reputation last night, going for 4th down, 5 different occasions. Yep, that man does. That incredible stones on that man because of, wow. Crazy.
It cost him a touchdown for sure.
Yes.
When going for it on 4th and 2 on their own 29-yard line, and they didn't even get close.
No, not at all. Green Bay just dominated the line of scrimmage on that play. On that play.
But
right.
But they converted 4 out of 5 on 4th down, including 2 touchdowns. touchdown Timmy Patrick.
Tim Patrick, where have you been, my buddy? Oh, yeah. He's becoming this year's Josh Reynolds, the way he is just coming up with big play when they double Amon-Ra St. Brown or Laporta, or they're not open. Tim Patrick, man, is paying some huge dividends.
I don't know how long Aline McNeil's going to be out. That's luckily they got 10 days.
Yes.
They're going to get. I think Kaminsky will be back. I think we're going to get a few guys back on defense on this long break that we've got with the Bills coming into town.
yeah. With that guy Josh Allen. Yeah, he's tough to stop. But Jerry, you know what a big fan I am of the line. There are guys putting on uniforms for that defensive unit running around there. I have no idea who they are.
Yeah,
they weren't on a player depth chart in spring practice at all because
they weren't even on the team.
They were walking the streets.
Yeah, Jamal Adams made some plays yesterday, which doesn't surprise me.
That's certainly a name very familiar.
Yeah,
former All-Pro.
Yep, I don't know what he was doing, not playing at all.
Right.
I would imagine that he was still getting paid on some contract. That's a guess. But or nobody wanted to eat the balance of what was coming on that contract because he was a starter in Seattle last year.
Right.
So
I was surprised he was out of football, to be honest with you.
He's only an 8-year vet.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in the league less time than Zadarius Smith.
That's wild.
So, you're talking about a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Yes.
And the other kid, Quan Alexander, made some plays yesterday. Zadarius Smith, is digging what's going on.
He's really become a team leader.
Dan O'Connor. He's a car sale. That's our buddy.
Yeah, it is. They got in Traverse City. We got all these name recognition people. I mean, it's just, yeah. That's I think it's Pat O'Connor, but that's okay. We'll call him Dan O'Connor.
Dan, Pat.
Yeah, whatever. But the guy, he's an undersized defensive tackle, and he's playing huge. He's in the backfield of the opponent. The last 2 games I've watched the guy play, I'm like, where has this guy been? This is amazing.
That is why, Rich, the Campbell is so fired up with these speeches after the game, because it's like if you're a Detroit Lion, you're going to play your ass off.
Yes.
And that's the standard.
Yes.
When he talks about the standard and the culture is, we're going to bite your kneecaps off. I don't get, I'm like the knight from Monty Python. You cut my arm off. Oh. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, that's right. I still have another one.
That's right. Come in. What are you going to do? Bleed on me? Yeah, I'm going to bleed on you, and I'm going to bite your kneecap off. Because that's what he says. He goes, I'm going to come here. I'll bite your kneecap off.
And it has captured the attention of the country. I mean, so many people. I truly believe.
I want to kick Mike Greenberg's ass all over town. It's such BS. The national view of this team, they're on the Get Up yesterday, talking about all the reasons why the Lions are going to lose this game, and now the Eagles are the best team in the country. We've given Detroit their propers. Really? When?
Yeah.
You might put them on your list. Hey, they're pretty good. And then we talk about the Cowboys or the Jets for 45 minutes. It's such crap. And then that's all they talk about leading up to the game yesterday. Well, the Lions don't have anybody on defense. They're certain to lose this game. I like Jordan Love. This is when he's going to explode and take on the whole league. Well, F you.
All that no-name defense held Jordan Love to 12 completions.
Yeah, I'd like to see what, your buddy from the Jets, Aaron Rodgers would do against this no-name defense.
No
okay,
question.
Good luck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know it exactly. But
just insane.
I know. This morning, of course, they're all talking about the decisions by Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
And
reckless.
Is it going to
it's
be
reckless?
Is this going to hurt him in the future? With all of this stuff. Oh yeah. You just can't enjoy the moment of what it is.
No, they did. I mean, actually, Herb Street and
Al Michaels. Yeah,
they were. I mean,
they gave all. Yeah, they were fine.
Yeah,
and the crew there for Prime. Mm-hmm. Yes, it did a fine.
Yeah, they
job.
do a great job. I love that staff.
I do too. Carissa Thompson and the rest of the crew there
she's
do
hard
a great
to look
job. Tough, very tough. Yeah, exactly.
She's a little skinny for me, but But I love Fitzmagic.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And Whitworth.
And Whitworth, it's a good crew.
It is.
I don't know why none of those guys. Amazon's got to be paying them a pretty penny because I could see them on some of the more national shows.
Yeah. Yes, I could see them getting poached for sure. But like you said, I think they really offered them a nice price to come on. And
I knew
start this.
I knew Sherman would get a job.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Stanford guy. He's very well spoken.
Yeah.
And Fitzmagic went to Harvard.
Yeah, exactly. A Harvard and a Stanford guy.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
Hey, I need some help with my taxes, by the way, buddy.
It was loud at Ford Field again.
Oh my gosh, it's great.
I mean, if you were really paying attention, because we're in the business a little bit, there's a couple times when you couldn't really hear Herb Street and Michaels. They had to turn their mics up.
Yes, that's exactly. They're not used to that.
Yeah, they're just like,
Yeah, we're usually on
I
a
think
4.
they're talking.
I think we got to go up to 6 tonight.
I think they're
it's
talking.
So loud.
Let's make sure.
Yeah. No, it's just great. Great win for the Lions to 11 in
I don't
a
know
row.
how they won. It just.
You put the two rosters together, and again, looking at the defense the Lions put out there yesterday, and you just don't. I mean, again.
No, I'm just talking about like they didn't have their typical dominant running game.
Right. Yeah, Green Bay did a good job.
Yeah, they did button up the run. They made some really important runs when they had to. Amon-Ra did not have his classic big game.
Right.
Obviously Patrick had a couple of touchdowns, but to get to the 34 points. Didn't seem. I don't like.
You think it would be
how did it happen?
You would think that would associate with gaudy stats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. I mean, Goff didn't throw for 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Neither running back ran for 100 yards.
Nope.
Neither. I mean, so you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
when you
you
just picked up the newspaper and started looking to the stats, like, how did they get to and there was no pick six.
No.
I mean. Although Love did have a pretty bad turnover.
Sure.
Or no, he didn't have the turnover. It was that fumble. That was a big play.
The fumble by the receiver, my dear Watson.
Yes.
There, and good hustle by Davis for the Lions to come back and punch that ball out. From
no
behind.
doubt about it.
So that was, and Tina Turner recovered it, and so that was a huge recovery there. And but yeah, it was, and you're expecting. Because Jordan Love's got that little haywire gene in him that you expect him to throw one to you. Didn't happen, but again, held him to.
He missed some throws.
Yes.
And they had a couple of drops, and the defense. Although what they have, did they have 3 sacks?
I think
they had
that's
3
about
sacks.
Right. But they were blitzing
yeah.
from different guys too, and I think it confused Jordan Love a little bit. He felt rushed in the pocket at times. He had some big runs. He scrambled a couple times.
Yeah.
He's got that athletic ability.
He got out of the pocket and made a couple plays that like the one that he made. I don't know how the Lions didn't miss tipping it. It was one of those bang plays, and you're like, oh crap, this is There was it was a nerve-wracking game.
Very much.
Yeah.
Edge of your seat all game long. And I'll be honest, going into this game, I had kind of thought, I thought for sure this would probably be an L for the Lions.
Well, I didn't think it would be an L, but I thought, I didn't give it out on the air.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't ever really say, bet against the Lions, bet against Michigan, whatever.
Yeah.
But 3.5, and they did, and it didn't cover, right? So if you bet the Packers and you got your 3.5, then you won the game. That's the the perfect scenario. Lions get the win, and you cash a ticket.
Yeah.
But like I said, I had never gone on and advocated a betting against a home team. It's just not a good thing to do.
No, not at all.
But I love the Packers getting 3.5, and now the Lions get 10 days off, and they should just give every guy a free trip to the Bahamas for 72 hours.
No question.
Get in the sun, get in the hot tub,
Yeah.
have some alone time with your gals,
Yep.
and and come back on Tuesday.
Totally refreshed,
Yeah.
and let's go again here. Yes, because again, if any team has earned it, it is certainly the Detroit Lions.
That was one of the lucky things. Smart by the league to have both those teams coming off Thursday games to play on Thursday. They got a better performance.
Yep, they did.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
They were much more. You see those games when guys play Sunday and then they come back Thursday. They're not nearly as sharp because again, your body just can't physically recover that quickly. So you miss a lot of the finer points of playing football. But I thought it was a well played game overall by both teams, and it was highly entertaining.
Oh yeah,
I
said, I had to get up really early this morning, and I'm in bed for the last 10 minutes, and I'm like, am I going to go to sleep? I'm not going to sleep. And then the other thing, and so the Bates is standing there, and
thinking
you're like,
he's going to go in.
Yeah,
it's like,
but I'm like, well, he's due to screw this up. I'm sorry, but you're just like, how can this guy? He's missed one kick.
One kick. It was on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You guys there.
Yeah.
And I watch how they kick earlier in the game, and some of the extra points were like, just squeezed it in.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, maybe today he's not just doesn't.
Well, you were at the Thanksgiving game. Yeah. We haven't had a chance to talk about that, and the first half, the defense completely dominated Chicago. They didn't have a first down.
That was incredible, that performance by the Lions, like you said, in effort.
But the fumble by Gibbs killed it. Yeah, they run that in for the touchdown. It's 23-0. Game's over.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
It puts that mental block going in that over. You just can't recover. You can't recover.
And I'm sure, and that was another thing, Rich. Mike Greenberg. God, I want to see him in person and squeeze his fat little face. So, they're having that discussion yesterday. And he goes, the Lions should have lost on, if they hadn't Eberflused it. Well, even if he kicks the field goal, it's a tie game and they go into overtime. So what are you talking about? The Bears should have won the football game.
Right. Yeah, he's right. Behind his Jets, he's a Bears fan because they went to Northwestern.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
know.
Why
he got his start in the Chicago market.
Yes, he did.
If he tells me one more time how much he knows Michael Jordan, another kick to the cojones. But yeah, the defense certainly got warned. You could see that they were on the field too much in the second half.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why Campbell went ahead and went for it.
Exactly.
He said that. Yeah.
Yeah, because
we're keeping our offense on the field.
That's right. Yeah. We're playing with this patchwork defense.
Yep.
If they have to play, we've got to keep them fresh as much as possible.
Because we don't have subs.
Right.
Yeah.
So time of possession is huge in this game. Mm-hmm. That's why you said, like you mentioned, we went for it 5 different times on 4th down. And we converted 4 out of 5.
But this year they've converted 67% on 4th down.
He's on a heater, man. What can you say when it's?
Yeah, the Bills are coming to town next Sunday. Of course, you can hear that on. We had a lot of people listening yesterday because of the Amazon Prime thing. How did you watch the game?
On Prime.
Oh, because your wife is a shopper.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Oh yeah. I've got.
If you
that,
got the Amazon Prime Plus, if you got that
shopping
thing,
whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm sure I got it all.
No, I mean that's why we have it because Cheryl shops too much on Amazon.
But yeah, it's no rest for the wicked at all, other than the extra days off, because again you have maybe the hottest team in the AFC coming to town, and what a game that's going to get when it comes time for it to be propped up. That one's going to go right to the top of the heap.
Oh yeah, I don't know what else that schedule looks like, but last night's game was the biggest game on the schedule. You take a look at, we'll go over the picks here in a little bit, but there's not really that many great games on Sunday.
Yeah.
The Chiefs and the Chargers should be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I hope Jim Harbaugh takes it to the Chiefs and somehow gets a win there.
Yeah, I don't know, but the Vikings and the Falcons, they're making a big. I don't know what's happening to Kirk Cousins.
Oh, yeah, he's turned the ball over just a wee too much.
Yeah, a wee too much. He hasn't looked good. But, he's coming off the same injury that, not to make excuses for Aaron Rodgers, but
yeah, coming off Achilles as a longtime veteran is a little tougher than a 20-some-year-old.
There's no doubt about it.
Off
Yeah, the Bills are playing the Rams. That should be a decent game. Rams really need to win.
They do.
Buffalo's already got, they're in.
Yeah.
They're gonna host a playoff game regardless of anything else
because
that happens.
Yeah, no one's nipping at their heels in that.
Yeah. Division. So and Steelers got to play the Browns, which that's a backyard brawl. But that was the best game of the week has already taken place.
It has taken place, and again, it was all over all the shows. Of course, you would expect that. But after so many really not so good matchups on prime on Thursday nights.
Well, they've been better this year. There's been some
a little
decent
better this year, but they hit a home run with last night.
Oh yeah,
and not just because it was the Lions, but because of the game, the way it played out.
What it meant to the Packers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They bring their fan base, all that. Those.
Well, there was no Green Bay Packer fans in that stadium.
No, I mean, I'm sure the numbers.
Was there any Bears fans in the stadium?
I saw one Bears jersey the entire day. I mean, in the concourse, everywhere. I saw one. So that was pretty good.
I mean, a few years ago, when the Bears were in town, there'd be more Bears jerseys than Lions jerseys.
Yeah, there would be like 30,000.
Same thing. I remember Packers just packing Ford Field.
No more.
Yeah, that is not happening at all. So, it's we're biting kneecaps.
We are biting kneecaps. That's one of the Campbell's soup, kneecap soup.
Did you see?
I saw that. It was hilarious. I died laughing when I saw that.
Yeah,
sign.
what we're talking about, folks, is if you didn't, I think it was on the pregame. I don't think it.
Yes.
So during the pregame, they flashed to some guy at Ford Field that had made a flag that has Campbell's kneecap soup. It had a big can on the flag with Dan Campbell on the cover of the can.
That was hilarious. My daughter and I died.
I bet somebody better trademark. Yeah. That's going to be a frickin' T-shirt.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That just hit us immediately. We died laughing.
Oh, it was awesome.
That was a good one.
So when we come back, we'll talk about. I've been floating around for a week over the Michigan-Ohio State game.
Oh, what? Oh, I know it.
Just, maybe the greatest win in the history of the rivalry for Michigan.
Agreed.
I can think of one other one, but we'll talk about that. We'll go over the NFL schedule. Unfortunately, we're contractually obligated to talk about the Wings and the Pistons, and then we'll have a little high school basketball.
That's right.
Okay, all that and more on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff. Brought to us by Cherry Capital Airport. It's time for Destination MLB. Jerry Coyne and Kevin Klein from
Cherry Capital Airport is ringing in the holiday season with new year-round service to Charlotte, getting you to your winter destination with ease. TVC is your hometown airport with 6 airlines getting you to where you want to go. Now's the time to book your winter and spring break getaway. Visit tvcairport.com today. Listen, do you hear that? That's the sound of wide open spaces at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air. The sound of laughter coming from the Alpine Tubing Park. The sound of splashing in the pool. The sound of shushing down Shush Mountain. Here we go outside to play. When it's time for you to enjoy the wide open spaces of northern Michigan, Shanty Creek will be there to welcome you with over 275 lodging options, 42 downhill ski and snowboard runs, and plenty of outdoor fun in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
Join the Traverse City Record Eagles 11th annual TC Trim Down. It's a great way to get healthier, and you could win a share of $1,800 in valuable gift certificates. Male, female, and co-ed teams of 2 or 4 can register now through January 7th for just $10 a person, a portion of which goes back to local food pantries. Achieve a healthier you over the 10-week virtual competition and benefit for a lifetime. Register now through January 7th at tctrimdown.com.
Great taste in gift cards starts at Trout Town and Moose and Stella's in Kalkaska. Buy a $50 gift card from either restaurant and get a free $10 gift card. And no one needs to know that you kept the $10 for yourself. Fresh, flaky fish from Trout Town Tavern and Eatery and baked French toast at Moose and Stella's Cafe. They could be your new favorite places to eat in Kalkaska. And now with gift cards that give you a little extra. They're your places for up north flavor.
Fall has arrived, and so has Mahindra's fall sales event. Get more power, more toughness, and more savings. Like 0% for 84 months on the all-new 1100 series, 2100 series, and more. Or get up to $4,000 cash back on select models. Now's the time to bring home a Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Visit your Mahindra dealer at Zaremba Equipment in Gaylord or online at zarembaequipment.com or Pioneer Diesel in Traverse City or pioneerdiesel.com.
Welcome back to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio. Jerry Coyne on the phone with Kevin Klein for Destination NFL. Kev, what are those San Francisco tickets going for now?
Oh, San Francisco's going for about $671. Not too bad for West Coast and getting in close. But hey, let's go back a week. Chicago's still $343.
Wow.
So that's pretty awesome. And I have to say, if you want to go to the Super Bowl after last night's performance, you're looking at going out the Tuesday before the Super Bowl at $433.
That's a bargain.
Start planning now.
Yeah. No, you got it. I know people that are doing it. Hotel rates are like double or triple that. But you got to start looking at Airbnbs and VRBOs. The Lions are the odds-on betting favorite to win the Super Bowl, not go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. So if you want to, how many people, Kevin, in your life have said, when the Lions go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be there?
I'm amazed in the fact that they're the odds-on favorite. In my lifetime, my 52 years, I have not heard that. This is new. What? I don't know. I'm shaking and just what a joy this has been, and outstanding performances. Last night, I think all the fantasy football players, if you have Jake, our kicker, your points are up there. Just so everybody knows, I made the trade and got him this week. But anyway.
Hey, this is not a fantasy football. This is about traveling, Kevin.
I got to put my 2 cents in, So, but hey, getting back to the travel, Christmas travel.
Yeah.
Allegiant. We got some great fares going that Christmas week. To Tampa, $234. Orlando is $124.
Wow.
Fort Lauderdale, $150. Punta Gorda, $162. And hey, start marking your calendars. Phoenix starts in March on the 6th. Going to Phoenix, $242.
Yeah, you know what? And that one cool thing about Phoenix in March, that's the Cactus League is still going on. You can go see the Cubs or the Indians. It's a lot of fun watching those baseball games out there. Cheap tickets, cheap beers, and a lot of sunshine. Kev, I just wanted to give you a shout out. Obviously we broadcast from the airport, and I was in for JBO a couple of days. And you got to give a shout out to the crew that does the snow removal at the airport. I know you guys didn't have any delays, and you got socked with snow.
This was a major event. Some people say Snowmageddon and all that, but hey, our team rose to the challenge. They plowed snow. Visibility was terrible at times.
Yep.
And they really made some things happen. And so overall, it comes down to everyone was safe. Things happen, and you had snow, the ice, and all those things happen. But at the end of the day, the number one performance indicator through a snowstorm for me is everyone was safe.
Yep.
And great job to the team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, I actually watched it. It's fun to watch. You got snow flying all over the place, and
it's like an orchestrated event.
Yeah.
It's like that orchestra. Everybody has their part, and everybody does it at the moment in time to make that music play, and it's awesome. It's awesome to watch. So we'll have to get you out there in that equipment.
I want to do that. I actually want to get behind. I know I had my old John Deere. I'm sure these things throw the snow more than the 40 feet that my John Deere did.
Just our regular plows will throw in cast snow 40 feet. Our blowers about 130, 140 feet, but they're doing 5,000 tons of snow in an hour.
Yeah, I want to shove a football through it and see how far the football will go.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
All right, Kev, what's that website?
tvcairport.com.
All right, thank you. That was Ben, Destination NFL. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.
All right. There you go.
Yep, my daughter and son-in-law are flying out of Traverse City tomorrow afternoon. So that's, again, great rates there at Cherry Capital TVC.
You know, I'm telling you, like I said, hundreds of guys, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had. Yeah, when the Lions go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to be there. Well, there's your opportunity, folks. 4:33 round trip from Cherry Capital Airport to New Orleans. Figure out getting the ticket. That might get the ticket and the lodging might cost something, but that's just to be in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, hanging out.
Whether you can get a ticket or not.
With fellow Honolulu.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at there's a few bars in New Orleans. I don't know if you've been there.
Just in.
So just hanging out on Bourbon Street watching the game would be really cool. And there probably won't be any snow on the ground either.
That's exactly right.
But I was going to mention to Kevin, they had we talked about it for weeks. The cheap flight that they had from Traverse City to Columbus, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know if I want to take that flight. It would have been worth every penny to watch the looks on the faces of those Buckeye fans was worth every penny.
Absolutely. 3 touchdown underdogs, and the Michigan team finds a way to win in Columbus. Just amazing. Basically no one gave them a chance.
Yeah.
I've said it on the air numerous times that I thought Ohio State was going to do everything they could to embarrass Michigan.
Oh, yeah.
Because
hang 100.
Yes.
Ever since he said that, they haven't scored 100 points
right.
in the 4 games total.
But I also the great response to that with Jim Harbaugh. Yeah, some guys are born on third base and think they hit a triple.
Yeah.
That response was just classic.
Well,
and
look at in all honesty, Ohio State gave the game to Michigan. It was so funny that he must have been screaming at Chip Kelly. We got to keep running the ball. The ones that win the rushing thing. No, you don't. They proved it in the one drive that they had at the end of the first half. 6 plays, passed the ball all over the field, touchdown.
Right.
I figured, when the second half came out, I go, well, Michigan's in trouble. They're just going to throw the ball over. And then they just keep running the football. Right at Mason Graham.
Yeah, all the people, like you said, people get enamored with all those stats every time, blah, 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 all that stuff. You have to play what the defense is willing to give you.
No, you got to play to your own strengths.
Yes, that too, exactly. If you can't, here's the deal. It's amazing they can't run the ball because they have 2 of the best running backs that were starting
that O-line, their O-line is beat up.
Yes.
So
but Judkins and the other guy from Ohio, they spent $21 million on their roster, and they spent $20 million on their coaching staff. They put $41 million into this team this year to try to beat Michigan, and they still couldn't do it.
It was so great. It was just so great.
Oh, I know it.
I mean, Joe came home. I made a turkey on Saturday. Joe got there at halftime, and he goes, "What's going on with the football game?" I go, "You're going to want to watch." And we watched. I don't even think we sat down the whole second half.
Right.
I watched the whole game the second half standing up, and then as soon as it was over, I mean, like we were giddy, bouncing around the room.
Sure.
And then so immediately I go to YouTube. I want to watch Ryan Day's press conference, and I watched every second.
Oh, it's just crazy.
And then all the videos, in the locker room. Oh, it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. I mean, it was just I cannot put into words how great I felt.
Oh, no question. We were driving home from our family Thanksgiving from Detroit, and my son-in-law had put it up on the game on his phone, up on like the screen of our car. So I'm driving and watching the game as well, and it just was amazing to watch that and the inside our car, the enthusiasm. It just was so cool.
You know, to throw an interception on, what was it, the 10-yard line, right. Ohio State, and they didn't even score a point.
That's just incredible. Just incredible.
And then, and then the footage of Ryan Day just like staring, not even doing anything about the flag planting.
Right, yeah, the rubble.
What a gutless.
Yeah, he's just standing
he gets there in the press conference, and our guys weren't going to stand for it. Well, how come you didn't do anything?
What were you doing to, either break it up or do whatever? You just stood there like a stump.
Yeah.
You're like.
And that was the one thing I could tell. I talked to a couple people, texted with some people. Even Spartans fans who, it's better that Michigan loses than we win.
Yeah.
They were pumped up that they beat the Buckeyes, except for a couple guys goes, well, I don't know about this flag planting. I go, I was at the Florida State game where they beat Michigan at Michigan, and they put the flaming spear through the Michigan, so bite me. Yeah.
And this has been going on for years, And Baker Mayfield made it popular when Oklahoma went into Ohio State and won, and he did that.
Yeah, Terrell Owens tried to do it
on the star. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, beat us in your own stadium. I mean, the deck was so stacked against it. Like, I don't know if Charles Woodson, is on that Fox pregame.
Yes.
And, and he's sitting right next to Urban Meyer, and they're asking their predictions, and he goes, I think Michigan is going to win 30-28, and Urban Meyer went,
exactly.
Like spit, like a spit take. and Woodson came on Monday, Rich Eisen's show. If you don't know, the Rich Eisen show is on here every day from noon to 3, and Eisen is a Michigan grad. And they were giddy on the radio together.
It
was the most unprofessional. It was the most unprofessional radio program, national radio program I've ever heard in my entire life. It was just, it was unconscionably funny. So, and the best part is, so they knock them out of the Big Ten championship.
Yes, they do.
But it look, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Are they going to get a chance to host? The whole thing is.
Yeah, there's so much up in the air with this 12-team playoff, and are certain teams going to get in? And like you said, all these teams at the top tier want to host a game.
Yeah, there's two games tonight. Boise's got to play UNLV. Like if Boise lost that game, you start the chaos.
Yes.
And plus Army's playing Tulane. I don't think Army can get in, but they've had such a great year.
It would be kind of cool.
Yeah, but there's no way. I have not seen any scenario that puts Army into the 12-team playoff. But, man, you get some teams, like if Boise loses, if Iowa State beats Arizona State, Clemson beats.
Yeah. Right now there's no ACC team, is there? I mean,
there is. Well,
other than the winner of the ACC is going to win, right? Or go.
Well, yeah, but they don't have. They've got Clemson outside of it. Who are they playing? Who's playing? It's not Miami. Miami's out now.
How did Miami lose that? I mean, that's just.
They lost to Syracuse. They were up 21-0 at halftime.
The former Ohio State quarterback there.
Yeah, they'll get. Yeah.
Who's had a great year?
He's
Clemson at SMU.
Yeah, SMU is ranked like 8th.
Yeah, they're 8th.
Yeah, they're favored to win, and so if Clemson wins, that there's a few scenarios that would make everything completely chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. We won't know, and plus we won't know until Sunday who Michigan's going to play in their bowl game.
Right.
So that's.
What do you think about that Penn State team?
I think they're going to get beat badly by
I do too.
Oregon.
See, I think they're one of the more. I hate to say fraudulent, but I just don't believe in them. I just don't. They haven't shown me anything really, to be honest with you.
Well, there's a lot of Franklin can change the narrative pretty easily by beating Oregon. I don't know.
A big win there.
That's going to be an interesting game. That's Saturday night at 8:00. Penn State they should have sent 5,000 pounds of sausage to Michigan or whatever they make.
That's right.
Whatever they make in Happy Valley.
Yeah, to get them into the Big
Some
Ten
Hershey
championship.
Kisses or whatever. When we return here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, we'll go over the NFL slate. We'll talk about the Wings and the Pistons. We also got our latest update from Shanty Creek, Rich.
Woo.
Okay, back after these on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
Sports on the Michigan News Network.
Following their 3-point win over the Packers, the Lions locker room was fired up from another division victory.
I told you you'd never forget this game. We don't have to talk about how tough we are. We don't have to talk about how resilient we are. We've been living it. Where's our defense at?
From the Lions' social media, Detroit now has the best record in the NFL at 12-1. They'll get 10 days to heal as many of their injuries as they can. As for the teams chasing them for that number 1 seed in the NFC, this weekend the Vikings will host the Falcons, and the Eagles have a home game against the Panthers. Detroit's next opponent is 10-2 Buffalo, who will be in LA to face the Rams on Sunday afternoon. The MAC championship game is set to be played in downtown Detroit tomorrow. The Ohio Bobcats and Miami Redhawks will be up for the game at Ford Field, which is a Saturday noon game. Also on the slate for tomorrow, Pistons, Red Wings, plus Michigan and Michigan State basketball. Chris Villar, Michigan News Network.
When your car is making a strange noise,
Well, with all this snow, folks, it's great to get back in touch with Lindsay at Shanty Creek for hang time. Lindsay, like we were talking off air, almost as much snow in the first week of the season that we got all year last year.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Year.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? We're used sitting just under 50 inches here at Shanty Creek since Thanksgiving, so we're buried in it.
Yeah, powder maniacs unite at Shanty Creek.
Oh, for real. So we'll be opening for the season on Saturday. Hopefully the lake effect machine kind of dies down by then so everyone can get here safely. But things are looking really great. You know, it's white as far as the eye can see here, and we're really excited to be kicking off the season on such a different note than we did last year.
You probably haven't even had to run the guns.
Oh, we've run the guns.
I'm sure you have. Yeah, we want 100 inches. We want 100-inch base, right?
Oh, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We're taking it. And Mother Nature has given us a very good head start. So we're just as pleased as punch over here with the beginning of the season and the conditions. I mean, you can't ask for better conditions. It's going to be a great weekend of skiing.
Yeah, no doubt. And, you know, I know that a lot of locals come and go, you know, on the weekends or on weekdays. I mean, you know, if you wanted to be open today here on Friday, you'd probably have a great turnout. But when will we start opening for full?
So next weekend, next Saturday, we'll be open daily for the rest of the season.
There you go.
We always observe these early season weekends because people have, you know, sports commitments and school commitments and work commitments. And but come mid-December, that's when people are here all week round.
You know, I've already seen a lot of snowmobilers out. It's so great to have a real winter. We were hoping to get it, and we are. You talked about, like I said, the locals driving in, but you can always have a great staycation at Shanty Creek.
Absolutely, and here's a little tip. If you're thinking about it, you should just book it because the rates this time of year are great. You know, once you hit the holidays, they shoot up. This early season skiing, the lodging rates are super affordable, so it's a great weekend to stay and play. And we also have, because it's our early season, discounted lift tickets. They're $41 a person right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those are only going to go up. Right now, what is the season pass looking like?
So we still have season passes for sale.
Uh-huh.
You can come and pay for it, or you can pay for it in advance, pick it up and hit the hill, or you can come and grab one while you're here. We have a great midweek season pass for those who are more local to the area.
Uh-huh.
It's valid Monday through Friday, It's a fantastic deal. It's only $167, and
Wow.
so Monday through Friday, the rest of the season. So if you're able to get here midweek when the lines are lesser, this is a great value for anyone who can make it out.
No doubt. That's like three days on the hill, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
and like when you're talking like the snow events we've had this week, I mean, that's a powder day. You
Yeah.
should have had it for 7 days.
no doubt about it. And like Lindsay also mentioned, start looking at booking the holidays now. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic New Year's out there. Is always great at Shanty Creek, where New Year's is sitting. You can stay for the weekend and then stay till Tuesday night for all the festivities.
Absolutely.
Well, we'll be talking skiing all season long here on Friday Faceoff, Lindsay. Congratulations and thanks to Mother Nature for giving us a great start to the season.
Thank you. We're excited, so come on out.
There you go, Shanty Creek in full swing, Rich. And yeah, the prime rib buffet, not this week, but it's coming up.
All right, that's good. They need a little warm-up time, and so do I.
One thing we never talk about with Lindsay, and they got all the great snow runs out there at Shanty Creek, but they do have a tubing area as well, and that's a lot of fun. So if you like your tubing, tubing's going to be open at Hanson Hills.
And it's one of those things that all ages can do too. That's what's cool about tubing. You want that excitement. Even at my old age and artificial parts, I can still tube. So that's the cool thing. I get the thrill of sledding, but it's safe.
Parts. Okay, good. All right, the NFL schedule, as we kind of talked about it for a minute. So the Dolphins are playing the Jets in Miami.
Yeah.
The Jets are getting 5.5. The Dolphins still have a
reason to play.
Yeah, they got a reason to play. The Jets do not.
No.
I like the Fins here.
Right. And what has happened to that? Going into the season, that Jets defense was revered as one of the best, and it's all falling apart.
Well, when you fire the head coach as one of the best D coordinators in football. Although he hasn't helped the Packers as much as
No, he has not. His old buddy,
yeah,
former CMU coach.
The Vikings play the Falcons, and like we kind of mentioned, Rich, a lot of people were like, is this the big homecoming for Kirk Cousins? Cousins has not played well. And the Vikings need to keep winning.
They do.
Yeah.
And again, they're nipping at the heels of the Lions. And
and on top of the fact that they know Kirk Cousins' game.
Sure.
I think that that defense is really going to. Atlanta's falling apart.
I know.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
See, you think they should have hired Bill Belichick?
Oh no, who?
Who's going to go talking about going to coach?
Wow, I know that was a stunner last night when I watched.
Why wouldn't he go to USC?
Game. Oh, I don't get it. It's just
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But Kirk Cousins could do the Lions a huge favor somehow, some way, if he can rally the troops.
I don't
see it either.
There are some stinker of football games here. The Saints are playing at the Giants. I mean, are the Giants going to try to rally and save Brian Daboll's job? That guy was coach of the year 2 years ago. He's going to get fired. And it's all the GM's fault.
Absolutely. Letting Saquon walk out and do what he's doing, it's just in their face on a daily basis.
The guy's going to be the MVP of the league, and the owner told him not to trade it. Don't let him go.
Said, man, I'd really
how
does
this guy still have a job?
Exactly.
I mean,
the owner tells you basically how he feels. I would hate to think.
Yeah, he's not going to Philadelphia.
He's going to a rival of ours.
No, they said it in Hard Knocks. Now the latest scoop is he's going to Chicago. Oops.
Well, yeah. I guess I had some bad intel on that one.
I guess the train turned around and went to Philly. Speaking of Philadelphia, they're giving 13.5 to Carolina. Bryce Young, kudos to him, man.
He's playing much better.
I love Carolina getting 13.5 from this game. I really do. I don't think they'll win the game. But the Eagles are probably looking at this as kind of like, hey, we get to take our foot off the gas a little bit, unless Saquon runs for 400 yards.
Exactly.
But 13.5 is a lot of.
That's a whole lot of points
in a team that's really kind of playing, to see what we finally got something going on.
That's it in Philly. So
this Philadelphia defense, that's a lot of points. I don't know. Pittsburgh and Cleveland, that's going to be a backyard brawl.
It will. Physical battle.
I love Jameis. He's the most entertaining guy. He threw for 4 touchdowns and 487 yards. And then when you add in the pick sixes and the 667 yards.
Of throwing balls to whether his team or the other team.
Some guy's scoring.
Oh, exactly.
I don't care what jersey he's wearing.
Oh, if you want pure entertainment, watch the game that Jameis is playing.
And I pray to the Lord he takes away my pick sixes.
Yeah.
I mean, I pray to God every day.
Right. But I draw the line at whether a pick six is going to or...
in the name of the game, Kevin Costner's movie, he's like, Lord, I never asked you for any help, but it seems kind of silly to ask, you to come into a baseball game here. But if you can make my shoulder stop hurting for about 10 minutes, I'd really appreciate it. That's what it reminded me of. But when you're on the field or on the court, you pray to God all the time. At least I did. Maybe that's for leftover Brother Rice stuff. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, look the hell out.
Yeah.
They're playing good football. This sheet, they're giving the Raiders over a touchdown.
Oh, is that what it's? Yeah, okay, so that's 6.5.
I think it's 6.5
right
or
now.
7.5. That's a big point there. But man, the Bucs are playing good football.
They are. Mm-hmm. Vegas is playing for that #1 overall draft pick.
Yeah, Shedeur.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who cares? I mean,
that's one of those.
Trevor Lawrence out for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Who's the quarterback for the Titans? Mr.
Mayonnaise Man. Yeah.
He's the white guy version of Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he is. He is. That's exactly.
I don't care where I'm throwing it.
I'm throwing it. I believe in my arm because I did a pre-party pump again, and my veins are popping out of my biceps.
I had a mayonnaise shake before the game. The Cardinals are playing the Seahawks. That's a pretty decent football game.
That's one of the few.
Yeah,
for sure.
The Cards. They lost a tough game last week to Minnesota.
Oh,
man.
I wanted them to win so bad.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Like I said, Buffalo's traveling to the Rams. The Rams need to win this game. That should be a decent game.
That's Sunday.
I love the Rams getting 4.5. That's my best bet.
Yep, it's down to 3.5.
Yeah, it's down to 3, really.
3, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Niners got, the Bears are getting 3.5. They're going to win this football game. The Niners are toast.
They're just absolutely.
I have never seen a team with more. They make the Lions look healthy.
Yeah, they do. And then when Christian McCaffrey's done now, and
the other running back.
Yeah. So they're talking about getting a guy off the street. They're.
And I don't know. Do we bring Bosa back? I guess you get. Who's the offensive lineman too?
Yeah, Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're still mathematically in the playoff hunt. So I guess you got to bring them back
because no one's taking that West Division.
Yep.
Their teams are losing games and doing this. So they are mathematically.
And then the Chiefs and the Chargers should be a pretty good game. We'll see what Jimmy can.
Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah.
At KC.
Well, it doesn't matter. The Chiefs can't cover. The Chiefs can.
Exactly right. And that's why it's at
they
4
win
right now.
Yeah, they'll win by 2 points.
Yeah. Oh, they will somehow, some way, they'll find a way.
The thing with the Chiefs, Rich, is like everybody goes, oh, they're winning with defense. The defense is starting to fall apart.
Yeah, the last 4 games, all of a sudden there's some major glitch in that defense.
Yeah, I don't know. This Chiefs team may have hit the wall a little bit. When the Pistons. When you're in the playoffs and you go to the championship all the time, you're just playing more and more games. It's the Chiefs have played a whole other season of football.
They're wearing down, I think.
I really think they are. That O-line is tough, and Joey Bosa has got to be going, yeehaw!
Yes.
So, and then the Monday night game could be the worst Monday night game in the history of the league.
Well, they had to pull in a Simpsons-type broadcaster. They're doing something along like a cartoon character.
The Bengals and the Cowboys. Couldn't they have flexed this game?
Yeah, you would have thought that, I think purely because Dallas has won their last 2 games, and so that's what,
But they're shutting down Tony Martin.
Oh, yeah. He's going... He's been a 9-year All-Pro.
Well, it doesn't matter. The Bengals have the worst defense in the league, so Cooper Rush could still throw for 400 yards.
Yeah. Yep.
There's your schedule.
Had those stats.
Back after these with some Red Wings and some Piston news on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
Getting you to where you want to go. Now's the time to book your winter and spring break getaway. Visit TVCAirport.com today.
It is a coin flip game. SMU Clemson. Can I tell you that I think it's Clemson? Can I tell you why I think it's Clemson? Really?
Listen, do you hear that? That's the sound of wide open spaces at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air. The sound of laughter coming from the Alpine Tubing Park. The sound of splashing in the pool. The sound of shushing down Shush Mountain. Here we go outside to play. When it's time for you to enjoy the wide open spaces of northern Michigan, Shanty Creek will be there to welcome you with over 275 lodging options, 42 downhill ski and snowboard runs, and plenty of outdoor fun in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com. Cherry Capital Airport is ringing in the holiday season with new year-round service to Charlotte, getting you to your winter destination with ease. TVC is your hometown airport with 6 airlines getting you to where you want to go. Now's the time to book your winter and spring break getaway. Visit TVCAirport.com today.
QTA is ready for winter. Is your car or truck? Hi, Tom Boland from Quality Trucking Auto in Grayling. We all love living here, but snow, ice, and salt don't love your car or truck. At QTA, we can undercoat or rust prevent starting at just $500 to help extend the life of your baby for years. A QTA gift card is a fantastic way to please that someone special in your life. See everything that we can do at QTAonline.com or call 989-745-6127 and beautify your baby today.
Join the Traverse City Record Eagles 11th Annual TC Trim Down. It's a great way to get healthier, and you could win a share of $1,800 in valuable gift certificates. Male, female, and co-ed teams of 2 or 4 can register now through January 7th for just $10 a person, a portion of which goes back to local food pantries. Achieve a healthier you over the 10-week virtual competition and benefit for a lifetime. Register now through January 7th at tctrimdown.com.
This Christmas, get a gift card you can sink your teeth into. In Gaylord, enjoy a juicy burger at Alpine Tavern or the best Neapolitan pizza at Crave. 2 outstanding restaurants. And now, buy a $50 gift card from Alpine or Crave and get a free $10 gift card for yourself. Great food is always a valued gift. Gift cards that give you a little extra at Alpine Tavern and Crave in Gaylord. It's where you go for up north flavor.
Health insurance has been known to give people headaches. Seems whatever plan you pick, your friends and family think you have the wrong one. Janssen Insurance can help you find the plan that's best for your situation. Contact us today to discuss your options during open enrollment. Medicare open enrollment runs October 15th through December 7th. Youngsters under 65 also get the chance from November 1st through December 15th. Call today to set an appointment to speak with us about what's available and how it works best for you. Contact Janssen Insurance 99-348-6711.
Hey, it's Anthony Bellino from Spin on Sports, Michigan Sports Dog Morning Show on the Great Voice Radio Network. Heard live weekday mornings from 6 to 9 right here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. Whether it's Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings, Lions, Michigan State, the Big Ten, the Mid-American Conference, all the headlines, all the stories, and always Michigan teams first. It's all right here on Spin on Sports, weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on the Great Voice Radio Network. Heard locally on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY.
Welcome back to Friday Faceoff on Up North Sports Radio. Rich Calk and Sherry Coyne live in studio. And Rich, all eyes were on the Lions game.
Sure.
But the Wings lost a heartbreaker last night.
Yeah, no doubt about it, JC. I went back to check it out, what had happened in the Wings game, and just a heartbreaking loss, giving up the game-winning goal with, 40-some seconds to go?
I guess from a kid from Lake Orion.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of NHL players that have had touch base either in the junior programs around the Metro Detroit area or from Detroit. I mean, it's unbelievable.
$10,000 in credit card debt? The stress from excessive credit card debt can ruin your life. Collection calls, sleepless nights. If you're feeling the financial impact with unprecedented economic challenges, DebtBlue is here for you. DebtBlue uses secret programs that most credit card companies won't tell you about. They'll help you consolidate or settle your debts for a fraction of what you owe. With DebtBlue's Success Guarantee, you pay nothing unless your debt is reduced or completely resolved. There's no risk. The more you owe, the more DebtBlue can save you. See how easy it is to get started with free information. Let DebtBlue show you how 10 minutes could save you thousands. Call now. 800-200-6899.
Like JC and I were talking about off the air here, that might need to make some changes here within that organization. And it's just, it's one of those things. They're playing, not playing up to expectations, and they haven't got to the playoffs. And
no, it's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah.
There was, it's funny. We had better expectations, Rich. I think partially because they're like, okay, it's time for Yzerman.
Yeah.
To the Yzer plan to take hold.
Right.
But when you look at the national view of this Wings team, nobody had them projected to make the playoffs.
Right.
So playoffs. Our expectations were obviously higher than what the experts thought.
I think part of it's the way they played in that last 3 weeks of the regular season last year, where they just missed out making it last year. So we thought the next step would be, they are going to make it. They might be one of the last teams to get in, but we certainly thought, all of us, that the Wings definitely would be making it into the playoffs this year.
They're 10-12-4 right now. Nowhere near the what are they out of? Let's see here. I mean, they are 3 points out of the wild card right now. So it's not.
Yeah, they haven't played themselves out of anything yet, for sure. But when you watch their games, you just you see some things that just kind of stand out to you. You go, oh,
their penalty kill is atrocious.
Yeah.
And it's cost them a couple of games here. Notably against the Devils, gave up 4 power play goals. I mean, that's atrocious.
You're going to lose every time.
Yeah, and they've got the Avalanche coming in on Saturday. The Avalanche not having a great year so far either. They're 14-13. So, it's still early, but you're right. They don't pass the eye test.
Yeah, they don't. They're just like, you watch them, and you're just like they're missing something. They're just something that's just not there. That the expectations that we had would match.
Yeah, and the Pistons are kind of passing the eye test. They look way better than they have. I mean, I don't know what it is about the NBA and the Pistons, but they give them the hardest schedules at the beginning of the season each and every year. So like the Pistons were 3-0 in the NBA Cup.
Yeah.
But they had to play Milwaukee, and Milwaukee's starting to get their poop together.
Right.
And they run the Pistons out of the building partly because Damian Lillard, went 8 for 10 from 3-point line, and and they, no matter what, the Pistons have a lot of trouble with it too, DeCumbo.
Yeah.
But then what do they get? The next night they got to play Boston in Boston.
Yeah.
They played good last night. They did.
They
on
made
Wednesday,
like 23.
Thursday. But they lost 130 to 120. I mean, Boston they got no reasonable expectation to beat Boston. And who they got next? They got the Knicks in New York.
That's just.
I mean,
crazy.
it's just tough when you don't have a respite in your schedule.
Right.
So.
But like you said, to have 9 wins thus far. Again, we're 9-15.
Yeah, they had like 4 at this time last year.
Exactly. And again, they're just playing much more competitive basketball. even in their losses.
They play better defense. They look professional.
They do, and you're seeing growth of players. You know, you're seeing the guys starting to step up that you wanted to see, and so that's don't just write off the Pistons thinking, oh, last year they were horrible. They're this or that. This is a different team.
Yeah. So hello, sir. Hold on. There we go. Here, we'll do this and put James Cook on from the Record Eagle. It's time for the Fick & Sons High School Sportscape Show on Up North Sports Radio. Remember, for all your propane needs, visit fickandsons.com, proudly supporting all high school athletics. And gentlemen, welcome back to the basketball season here in Northern Michigan. James, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Did you
snow? It's basketball season.
Did you ever get your deer?
I did not get a deer this year.
Okay,
no.
I'm sorry.
But that's the usual.
It's not my fault. Don't blame me. It's not my fault.
It's mine.
Okay.
Oh, James, don't worry. I've got a lot of unfilled tags throughout my lifetime as well, buddy.
The second week of deer camp and everybody.
But, James, you're heading to a girls' basketball tournament in, Elk Rapids?
Yeah, there's an 14 tournament tonight in Elk Rapids. The Elk Rapids Invitational, Traverse City St. Francis against Glen Lake at 5:30, and then Onekama against Elk Rapids at 7 o'clock. So should be a good tournament. A lot of these teams have only played maybe once or not at all yet because of snow days.
Right.
Yeah.
So, interestingly, the ones that have played is St. Francis and Onekama played each other for what is considered, I think that's the first time ever that those two teams have played each other.
Oh, is that right?
This week, and Onekama won. And they're on opposite sides of this bracket, so if they both win or both lose today, they would play each other tomorrow again.
Yeah, it's really, I noticed that some of the boys Traverse City West started before Thanksgiving this year. So, that boys' schedule jumped ahead of the girls this year.
Well, that was a rarity, though.
It is. Oh, it's a rare thing, for sure. I've never seen it like this before. James, have you?
Yeah, it's a kind of a weird thing where the MHSA is kind of flipping whether they start boys or girls first, and it's usually staggered by a week. And then it's usually due to availability of college stadiums for the Final Four, or, for the when Breslin's open for the girls' finals and the boys' finals and all that. Yeah. So if Michigan State's hosting regionals or something, that can kind of move things around.
Yeah, exactly. So West sits at 1-1 now that they lost down to Grand Haven, a good Grand Haven team. Lost by 6, but then won the other.
They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn door with in the first quarter.
Right.
Horrible
sure.
shooting.
Oh, yeah, it was like 15-1 or something in the first quarter of that game. And but then beat Benzie, which you'd expect. On Tuesday night. Now Marquette comes to town. If they can mush on through and make it down tonight, they'll play, and then we'll turn around and play tomorrow afternoon against Midland Dow at 1:30. So West going to be getting some basketball games in a short period of time.
Yes, I think Central's playing an afternoon game tomorrow too. Yeah, Marquette's coming up, and they're playing Central tomorrow.
Yes.
Before going back, so they're doing one of those kind of mini double headers, sort of.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, might as well, get 2 games in while you travel down here, spend the night. Yeah, that certainly makes sense. I see in the Big North Conference, Gaylord's going to travel to Cadillac to take on the Vikings there. Of course, Cadillac only losing one player off that the team last year that won a district championship, made it to the regional finals before they got beat by Muskegon. But, all eyes certainly on the Cadillac Vikings once again this year.
Yeah, the one player that they did lose was maybe the best player in Northern Michigan last year, Charlie Howell. So that's a pretty big loss. But they do have some pretty good players back from last year's team.
And they got some size, and they got a good coach.
Yeah. They play real defense.
And they should have kicked 2 kids out of the district.
Yeah.
By one person, they are in Division I.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's the way those things break break sometimes.
Oh,
There's always going to be somebody.
One kid.
One kid.
Yeah. That means you're in the same district, same division with teams with 4,000 kids in their school.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It's a little dicey, but that's the way it goes.
No question.
That's why there's talk about going to 5 divisions in the somewhat near future, maybe.
Yeah.
In a bunch of sports.
Well, yeah. I mean, football didn't always have 8 divisions and then 2 8-player divisions either. So yeah, things change. I could see that.
But even in high school, it's football that moves the needle.
Yeah, for sure.
You'd think it'd be with basketball, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's why I've been saying for a long time it's so much harder to win a state championship in basketball than it is for football. There's just less opportunities.
Yeah, exactly. A couple other games in that Northwest Conference, James. Glen Lake travels over to Buckley to take on the Bears. I'm not sure what Buckley's going to have this year, but in years past they've had some pretty good teams.
Yeah, they still got Landon Klaviak, one of the best shooters in the area there. So they'll be his senior year, and then they've got a couple other pieces around him. Coy Breitup and some other guys there. So I think that they'll be a pretty competitive team this year, and then Glen Lake's going to be pretty good. I mean, they lost a couple of players from that rotation from last year, but they've got most of it back. So they should be a good team. The one thing it's going to cost them, the big loss is Dylan Cundiff, which cost them some height in the front court. But they've got Jacob Plamaman back, who I think is bigger than he was last season, even so. And he was pretty dominant right from the get-go last year for them in the middle. So, and they've got some good guards to go with him too. Glen Lake should be one of the better small school teams around here.
Yeah, a non-conference game. 2 teams historically have been very good. Boyne City travels down to McBain to take on the Ramblers.
Yeah, Boyne's coming off that long football run, so we'll see. I know the football players are already back in the gym and playing and everything, but because I was trying to set up something with Ryan Spate to do an interview with him, and he's like, well, we're getting on the bus for McBain at 2 o'clock, so gonna have to do it next week.
Yeah.
But so the football players have already changed gears and they're already back on the court. So sometimes you get that where they'll give them a week or so off or something if they have a real long run. But Boyne seems to have the football players, which makes up a decent chunk of their basketball team usually.
Sure.
Hey James, speaking of football, I don't know if you saw this or not, but Gaylord coach DJ Shimoniak's contract was not renewed. So Gaylord's going to be looking for a new football coach, and it was pretty surprising to Rich and I because Shimoniak did a pretty good job of turning around the football. I know a few people associated with that program, and numbers are up, and middle school football is doing well, and anything else. I think it had a little bit more to do with politics than actual football coaching because Shimoniak ran for a school board position and didn't get it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the details. I didn't know if what you may have heard, James.
Yeah, it's an interesting move if that's what ended up happening. Because he's had a pretty good run here. I mean, they didn't have a great team this season, but that was in part that they lost everything from that offense the year before. And they were, it was a very young offense, so the defense was still pretty good and kept them in a lot of games. And then towards the the second half of the season. He took a shot and played a freshman at quarterback, and he kind of took off, and their offense was doing
much
a
better
lot better than it was early on in the season. And that quarterback ended up being his son.
Yeah, so that's going to be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But he's like, hey, you want to play quarterback?
I knew you can't do any worse than what we're doing already.
Yeah.
Right.
And now he's, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
Good guy too. He's been on the radio program a lot.
DJ.
He's like a lot of the coaches that we talk about. Very positive. Talk about culture building and everything else, and then for whatever reason, he's out on the streets.
Yeah. He's like the Dan Campbell of Northern Michigan, I think, kind of coaches.
Yeah.
Where he's that kind of guy at the top of the
no nonsense kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and the gets his players very motivated.
Yep.
Get players play for him, and I'm not sure why that didn't work out.
Right. Like I said, a couple of the dads that told me about this are all, one of them's like, well, thank God my son's just is graduating. So,
sure,
because I don't know what the future holds for Gaylord football, but I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on that. Rich, you've got what time's your game tonight? 7?
Yep, 7 o'clock. We actually got started a little early on Tuesday night because the JV team had a running clock. We were done and out of there before 9 o'clock. That usually never happens. So
that means you get to Chili's.
That's right. That's right. So, hosting a Marquette team that we met in the district championship game last year up at Marquette, which West won, and they have most everybody back. So that should be...
Marquette does as well?
Yes, Marquette does, yes.
So
should be a good one.
Yeah, that'll be... you can follow that game on Up North Sports Radio's Facebook page. That's where all the games go. And, James, anything you want to add before we let you go?
Well, if people are looking for more basketball, there's a tournament in Benzie Central too that has another doubleheader for boys basketball. That's the Will Lynch season tip-off tournament. Starts at 5:30. Menominee against North Muskegon is the first game, and then Benzie Central hosts Lapeer in the second game.
Lapeer,
okay, yeah, bringing in some big boys.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
All right, James. Thanks for joining us. We look forward to a long and exciting basketball season for the next few months.
It should be that for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, James.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Be able to hopefully get the record eagle tomorrow morning and bring it
in.
Hopefully. Delivery is important.
Get the pigeon carrier. Right. I want to thank Fick & Sons. They're your local, competitive, and reliable propane provider, but so much more than propane. They also provide home heating fuel for residential and commercial customers from Charlie's Country Corner right off 4 Mile Road on I-75 outside of Grayling. That includes the Arby's, a convenience store, Super 8 by Wyndham, and the full-service diesel garage in Roscommon. They have the Sunny Spot Fuel and Convenience Store in Bear Lakes. The Kalkaska stop there has a marathon that I'm at quite a bit. The pizza's fantastic, and they have a full-service liquor department. In Whittemore's Crossroads Citgo, offering gas, including diesel and racing fuel. A lot of those 4x4s need those fuels rich. Snacks, drinks, and an excellent deli. They offer propane refills at all their locations. Fick & Sons expanding their services throughout northern Michigan. Check out everything they have to offer by going to fickandsons.com.
Yep, I was there at the Bear Lake one on Sunday, right next to snowmobilers filling up as well, because that trail's right there. Perfect spot. Oh, it's an ideal spot.
Yep.
For that.
And you didn't get the pizza?
I didn't know we were going to get
cannot believe
dog,
it.
I know. I let an opportunity pass.
Hawkins passing up the food. All right, that's going to do it for us. Tune into the sports. There is no sports on Up North Sports Radio tonight. As we mentioned, the Wings are back on the ice versus the Colorado Avalanche on Saturday. You can listen to that here on 101.1. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you here tomorrow for the high school scoreboard show at 10 o'clock. It's Rich Hawkins, and I don't know who's running the board.
Time for him to go do something else. Similar to when I left Houston in my 11th year and went to Detroit. I was like, oh, it's time for me to retire. I don't think I want to do this anymore because it's just different, man. If your organization has leaks, it's not going to be conducive to anything you're trying to do. And that's how I feel about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets.
Yeah, being miserable at work is miserable, and miserable people affect everybody else. I'm on the road the next few weeks, so get that forehand working. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever condition you got to do. Maybe hit some serves. I'm pretty good at I mean, here's the thing. That will close whatever gap might exist, with you being further ahead than me. Because pickleball is more of a game than a sport. But if you want to play a game, I'll play pickleball with you. And if you want to rock a sport, we can play tennis. Either one. Whatever you want to do.
How about boxing? You want to spar?
I don't. I did box. You know what I learned? So, want to hear a quick story? Here's a quick story. I trained at a gym in Little Rock, Arkansas when I was 22. And I got pretty good at it. And this is going to show a weakness as a man in me, and that's fine. I got but I'm not a big guy. So
is that where you got the nickname Sweet Willie?
Maybe, because I was single at the time, if my wife's listening, and a woman came up to me in the gym and kind of hit on me, right? I was like, oh, okay, yeah. She's like, you want to hang out? I'm like, yeah, I want to hang out. And then she went into the ring and beat the crap out of a buddy of mine, and I literally took off my gloves, walked out of that gym, and never went back. Looking back, I wish I'd been more of a man, but I was just like, I'm out. Like, that little thing just beat up my pal who can beat me. I'm out of here. So, no, I don't want to box, even though I've done it.
Didn't want to date a woman that could beat you up, like, hey, right, like, come in the house, and I mean, you didn't want to be bullied.
I wasn't evolved enough, right? Things are different now, but I was like, what's up? I'm like, oh, I'm the man. And then I was like, I'm not the man. I literally walked out of that gym and never returned. Ephraim Salam.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, that's a true story. It's very rare that I got hit on by women that were attractive, and it's very rare that women that were attractive beat up dudes in front of me. So it was a memorable day. You know what I'm saying? I'll play some pickleball with you when I get back to LA. I'm down.
I just want to hang, man. We could do whatever you want.
We should do that. All right. Yep. Done and done. We don't even have to play for that much money in the tennis. Or just no money. We'll just hang out.
You're not hustling me, man. I'm not falling for that.
No. We're just playing. All right, buddy. Thanks as always, man. It's good talking to you.
Of course, man.
I'll hit you up when I get back, dude. Ephraim Salam, hanging on the show. I love E. People love the pickleball. They love the pickleball. I'll play some pickleball with Ephraim Salam. I should have slow rolled the tennis a little bit, though, huh? All right, 855-212-4227 is the phone number. Tom's doing a long goodbye. Tom, don't tell him I'm good at tennis. Tell him I'm bad at tennis. Don't give Ephraim the information. Ephraim is a very tall, very athletic dude. What'd he say to you?
He had a lot of things to say to me.
Hit
Some of them
me.
I can't say on the radio.
Okay. All right. I'm excited about Buy or Sell. We do this every day at this part of the show. It is headlines from sports, a take on each one. It's a great segment. I think you'll enjoy it. Stick with us. It's next here on Righter Than You.
O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and can identify the most likely problem with just one scan. You'll receive a free report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. If you need help, O'Reilly Auto Parts can recommend a shop for you. So don't ignore your check engine light. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today, a free service exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour, split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Catch the inaugural TGL match, January 7th, only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Attention all patriots, this is Jason Hansen, former CIA officer and security expert. I have an urgent message for anyone who's concerned about their financial future. In a world filled with economic uncertainty and geopolitical turmoil, it's never been more important to have a rock-solid plan for protecting your wealth. That's why I'm inviting you to a special financial briefing this Thursday. During this exclusive summit, you'll get proven top strategies for safeguarding your hard-earned assets and securing your financial independence. We'll cover everything from diversifying your portfolio to creating a fail-safe emergency fund. Don't leave your future to chance. Call my friends at Advantage Gold today at 800-741-GOLD to register at no cost whatsoever. In today's uncertain times, it's critical to have a solid plan in place to protect your finances and secure your future. Call 800-741-GOLD now to register for this 100% free summit. That's 800-741-GOLD.
Paid for by Advantage Gold. Performance may vary. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Always consult your financial and tax professional.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There is a tremendous price war in the term life industry. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man aged 45, non-smoker, can get $1 million of coverage for $75 per month, level rate for 10 years. Or a man aged 50, non-smoker, can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of $110, level rate for 20 years. That's right, guaranteed level rate for 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Term Busters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote. 1-800-908-7636. You're probably paying more than you should. Call 1-800-908-7636. Remember, 1-800-908-7636. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-smoker rate class. Exam required to qualify.
Welcome back to Writer Than You.
I am a curse.
On the Infinity Sports Network.
Oh, what the hell? Well, all right. Welcome back into the show. Bill Ryder with you. A lot of you are very put out, aghast, angry, shocked. I didn't know Netflix and chill. Isn't that a good thing? I'm married. I mean, should I be out here, Netflix, knowing what Netflix and chilling is?
Knowing what it is, sure. Practicing it, definitely not.
I've been doing Netflix wrong for 10 years. All right. Hey, Lori, baby, I'm coming home tomorrow. Let's watch Netflix, and she won't know either, man.
I will say that Lori will know what it is.
Okay. Then I will feel bad about myself. Pretty serious way. This is funny. Kevin Fullatar tweeted at, X'd at me. What do they say? What is the stupid term that they're using?
I don't know. Posted at you? It's a post now, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Sports writer, everyone bet Oregon, including myself. That is why Penn State will win or cover the spread, which is true. However, I may have placed a 1 a.m. sleepy time bet of $30 on the Ducks. That was in reality a $300 bet. Oops! Don't tell wife, go Ducks. By the way, I feel really bad. Because last week, you blew off some of our listeners at Kitty Gets on Me Now.
I did no such thing.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did. My guy Titus was in town last week in New York, and we couldn't get together. He was in San Francisco last night. and he wanted to hang out at 7 or whenever. I was at the Warriors game. I'm not pulling a pretty daddy.
Sounds
I
like
would've
you
gone.
should have invited him to the Warriors game.
With my credential.
I'm just saying.
Warriors are pretty good, by the way. All right, you ready? Are you ready for this? We're going to buy or sell and chill. Let's go. No?
What side will Bill take on the biggest issues in the world of sports? It's time for today's edition of Buy or Sell on Righter Than You.
All right, Bill.
It does track as I think about it.
You know what else tracks?
Makes sense. Good expression.
Me asking you a Chicago Bears question. That tracks.
Come on, man.
Buy or sell, Bill, you believe the report that Jim Harbaugh was interested in coaching your Chicago Bears before this season, but Chicago was not interested in him because team president Kevin Warren is the former Big Ten commissioner, and he and Harbaugh have bad blood back to when Harbaugh was, of course, the head coach at Michigan.
I will buy it that I believe it, and here's why. And
Buy.
I'm not going to endorse the Bears' decision-making, but I understand it, because if you're any team president, you do have to worry that Harbaugh's going to eventually try to get rid of you. If you loathe each other, that's a guarantee. Doesn't matter how good the coach is, you don't hire someone that you think is going to go after your job.
But what does it say that Harbaugh obviously didn't feel great about Kevin Warren, but reportedly was still interested in the gig?
I think it says two things. What I've been telling you, you keep laughing at, even though you know it's true because you're mean-spirited. That is, Bears' job is a great job with the right coach. And two, he's very confident he can just elbow out who he needs to.
All right, Bill. Speaking of Harbaugh, buy or sell if, a big fat if the Chargers beat the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football in Arrowhead to get their 9th win of the year, the LA Chargers will be the best story in football.
So.
Sell.
I think Detroit is still the best story in football. I love the Commanders, even though it's faded a little bit. Buy or sell if LA beats Kansas City at Arrowhead. You're going to look forward to me saying, man, if the Chiefs aren't careful, Harbaugh's going to have his team in Chargers of the AFC West.
Sell.
That's tough to get me to sell those on a Friday, too, because I'm in a great mood. I didn't love it.
I thought it was very good.
I didn't love it.
I thought it was outstanding. You should have loved it.
All right, Bill. Buy or sell the Seahawks beating the Cardinals on Sunday for the second time this season and taking a commanding lead in the NFC West?
Sell.
Sell.
How's that? How's that?
I mean,
how's that for hell no?
Somebody's got to win that division because it's certainly not going to be the 49ers this year.
I'm with you. Are you done with the NFL? Oh, I'll wait to get. I have a question, but it's an NBA question. Please continue.
Do you want me to get to the NBA right now? I can skip ahead if you like.
No. I want you to go in your order and do you. Just, it's all good. Just chill and do your thing.
All right, Bill. Some college football here. Buy or sell the fact that UCF has reportedly inquired about the availability of Lincoln Riley means that this is officially the low point of Lincoln Riley's coaching career.
So I'm going to sell because the low point. Well, I guess maybe. I just look. Again, I'm happily married. Just for the point of this, I could see Scarlett Johansson at a Warriors game tonight. I don't know why she'd be in San Francisco at a Warriors game, and I could inquire about her availability for dinner with me. That does not in any way suggest that she and her husband, who is on SNL, are in trouble or they're having a low. That might be more about UCF being clueless than it is about Lincoln Riley being desperate.
All right, Bill, hoopier than that.
Buy or sell. If I just asked out Scarlett Johansson, if I walked up to Scarlett Johansson and asked her out, that she would give me a response.
Sell.
You asked me this 6 months ago about Taylor Swift. No, you're not getting a response.
No, I'm just saying, you don't think that if somebody if you walked up to, if you saw her, if you had, whatever, in the hotel lobby, and you said, hey, would you like to go out for a drink sometime? You don't think she would laugh and be like, no? Or be, I think you get a response.
No, you're not getting a response. And you don't have to think about
She's
this
just
for the
walking
next
away.
24 hours and I think I really have a chance. No.
I don't think I have a chance. I'm not asking if she would say yes. I'm saying, would you get a verbal response?
Nope, nothing.
Absolutely disagree.
Would act as if you're not even a human being.
Do you want to unpack some high school stuff?
No, I'm good. I left that
Fair
portion
enough.
of my life in the first year of working with you, I think.
Fair. I had a moment with Riri. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, Bill, let's get to some NBA here. Buy or sell Ja Morant's ejection last night for his second technical foul of the game is being overblown.
You mean in the sense of the reaction, or just the fact that he shouldn't have been given it?
The reaction to him being ejected.
No, By the way, the reaction's great. You sent it to me. I was at a game, at a different game. He can't do it. I thought it was hilarious. He lost his mind.
Lost his mind, and then once he was ejected, his head coach lost his mind. It was it really snowballed from there.
And they still won that game.
Yes, they did. Beat the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, the Kings have not been as consistent as I thought they would be.
Yeah, the De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan combo not really working.
No, it's not working. I'm going to ask myself a question. Buy or sell DeMar DeRozan's a talented guy that never seems to win.
Buy.
Didn't work in Chicago.
Thank you.
It's not working in Sacramento.
Didn't work in Toronto. He had to... Well, I guess it did work. But, I mean, No, it didn't work. He got traded to the Spurs.
Yeah.
Didn't work. Didn't work in San Antonio.
All right, Bill, staying in the NBA and staying out west, buy or sell, there are at least four Western Conference teams that can win an NBA title this season.
Okay, that's a great question. Let me go through this. The Thunder can, yes. Memphis can, I think, yes. They are not. I'm pulling this down. They are not playing well, but Denver can. Yes.
And for the sake of this argument, because I know this may change things for you, I'm assuming Kevin Durant will be healthy.
Yeah, I was going to do a basketball on that and ran out of time. Can the Suns, the Warriors, or the Mavericks win, or the Timberwolves win a championship? Timberwolves can't. I'm going to buy. Yeah, I think it's close. I'm not as high on the Mavs as other people, but Kyrie Irving's look really good. Lucas looked really good. Clay doesn't. They made the finals last year. I still think the Warriors can figure it out. Yes. Good question.
All right.
Is that our last NBA question?
That was indeed our last NBA question.
All right, I have an NBA question for you. So after this, I'll be doing live. I'm going to go up to my hotel room right next to the studio. I'll be doing live Beyond the Arc, CBS Sports NBA podcast. Buy or sell, I'm going to be able to set up a Skype shot that doesn't show my bed.
Sell.
Buy or sell, you find it awkward when you watch them do a live hit with their hotel bed behind you.
Buy.
Me too. I need to start figuring out a solution to this. But I'm not going to have time to have to run up there and just get on. You know, if you watch, it'll be live on X, Sports Writer, Sports REITER on YouTube at 6 minutes after the show ends. I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show, because I got to get there.
Because you can't really go like conference room because that's not private.
Right. Yeah. But I forgot to make the bed. I always have to make the bed. I once did it and the bed wasn't made, and so it looks real weird.
You know, I'll be honest. I was wondering what was going on there. I didn't know why you were, throwing the pillows and the blanket around. I didn't know what was happening.
There's a lot going on.
All right, Bill, let's flash back to yesterday's show when you had an encounter with people playing the drums very loud and constantly.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Let's go back to that because I tried to remember a very famous song about drums. I couldn't name the artist. I couldn't name the title of the song. Buy or sell, Amazon last night playing this song. I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. I don't want to play. I just want to bang on the drum all day. Buy or sell, Amazon playing that song for the first commercial break of the game last night roofs were in a simulation because that was the song I was trying to remember.
Buy 100%.
Buy.
Buy or sell, you have songs that you know intellectually, you understand are really good songs and you hate them.
Buy.
Yeah, that's one of those songs for me. I loathe that song. Loathe it. It's just that there are certain people, aren't there certain, well, with you it's every person, but with normal people like me, there are certain people I've met who are nice, and I just can't stand them. Not many, but I can think of a couple. Just there's no reason. I just hate them.
I had a very nice encounter with, I don't know if she was, I guess she was a colleague, technically. I didn't know her. She held the elevator for me at the lobby downstairs. I was annoyed with her that she held the elevator door for me.
At 4:40 this morning, I got on the elevator, and there was a woman my age on the elevator, and we said, I had headphones in. Good morning. Then we left the elevator, and we took separate, because with the elevator, you can go separate ways to get to the front of the door. This is 4:40 in the morning, Tom. Then she ended up at the front door, so I held the door for her there. I held the elevator, then the door. Then we went separate ways, and we both ended up at the Starbucks across the street. Buy or sell, you would have held the door for her so she could get the coffee first.
Buy.
I would have. I wouldn't have been happy, but I would have.
I even had to take the headphones out because she's like, oh, we're both here. And I was just, you know that I rage the first hour that I'm awake. And normally I rage.
Rage.
And I just like, yeah, no, it's great. We're here. And then I went in and I already talked to someone, so to the Starbucks guy, hey, you're open? He's like, yeah, we open at 4:30 every day. Why are people here? And he just looked at me. I go, okay, I'm here. Like, there's lines, man.